Hello, everybody, and welcome to this new thing that I'm doing. Anyway, right off the bat, I want to get a couple of things out in the open. First, I am by no means a professional editor or commentator or anything like that, so um, take everything I say with a grain of salt or a teaspoon of sugar or whatever helps. Also, um, the the SHAREfactory editing program is deceptively simple, and so even with the fact that I've been using it and getting, I still don't know everything there is to know about it, and there are still things that are new and different and a mystery even to me. Also, this isn't so much a tutorial as it is a guideline. So if I say something and that conflicts with how you already do your stuff, or or you find a better way or a way that works better for you, by all means go ahead and do that, because honestly, that's gonna, in the long run, that's gonna be better for you. That's gonna work better for you. You're gonna be happier with your products. You know. So with all that junk out of the way, let's get started. So with the nowadays, let's say, it is very common for people to want to share, things. I mean, that's why people have Facebook, Twitter, all this kind of stuff, because people inherently want to share their accomplishments, their whatever, with their friends, and with the advent of the internet, with strangers, even, for a multitude of reasons, because it's fun, because they want to get famous, or whatever, because they have more skill, or anything like that. So so with that in mind, you know, Sony came out with the PlayStation 4 and added into the hardware the capability to record gameplay and commentary and upload it directly from your hardware with literally the press of a button, and made it really easy, to share your stuff. The the problem is it's a little more nuanced than just oh, press a button, share, it's out there. So I guess this whole thing came about from me wanting to share some tips and little tricks that I picked up that I had wished somebody had shared with me when I first started, and just because I also, doing this was, for me, I always said, oh, I always wanted to use this just as a method to learn audio video editing, and I never really did that. What I ended up doing was just like recording stuff, no editing, and talking over it and throwing it up on YouTube. So with this, hopefully, I can actually start making steps towards actually learning how to do stuff. So, all right, first things first, you're gonna want to go into your share settings to get everything set up just the way you like it. So I've taken a few screenshots and thrown them up here. These are my settings, the way that I like to do it. I have like the maximum record length and a couple of other things. For instance, automatic trophy screenshots I've gotten rid of. Use this as a guideline to kind of see where you want to get your settings. But again, make sure it's what you want and what works best for you. And with that, let's get to talking about a couple of other little tricks and things that maybe weren't explicitly spelled out to me whenever I first started. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was after you've gotten your settings there, your share settings, you'll probably think, oh, well, I'm done. I've got my share settings. I linked to my services. I know how long I want my thing. And then you're gonna record a video, and it's gonna sound like you're whispering and the game is just blaring loud, rah, and you're gonna be, what's going on? I had my settings done, everything was right. So a neat little trick to get around that, to get around having to go into your game audio options and tweak every little thing, is to create a party. Every time you want to record, without editing, that is, if you want to just record something and just talk over it without editing, you're going to want to start a party. So, and again, here's some screenshots of my settings that you can use as a guideline to get your settings the way you like them. And essentially, once you're at this step and you've got these settings the way you like them, you're ready to do live commentary recordings and upload them directly to YouTube without any editing, if that's what you want. So essentially, you're good to go, and it's just a matter of, finding a game you want to record, finding something you want to talk about, recording, talking, and then uploading. And uploading is pretty simple. It's really easy to do. It's literally press a button, select the service you want to upload to, and then wait, really. It's, like I said, pretty easy to do without any kind of editing. Where the trickiness comes in a little bit is using the actual SHAREfactory, which is what I'm using to make this commentary and what I've used to like mush all this stuff together to make like these clips and everything. So let's take a look at that. Alright, the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your SHAREfactory app, and once that's open, you're going to want to go ahead and start a new project. Now, every time you start a new project, it's going to ask you, and it's going to actually force you to choose a theme. You don't have to use the theme or any of the preset stuff that they have, but go ahead and select a theme. Then you're going to choose your clips. Like I said, here's where you're going to be able to say, I want to use the theme or I don't want to use the theme. Then you're going to rename your project, something you'll remember hopefully. And now here we are at the main editing heads up display, I guess you could say. You're going to notice there's a couple of different things, like over on the far right hand side there's a red bar that's showing that I've gone over the limit of time that I'm available to use. There's the icons down at the bottom showing you what the buttons are and kind of giving you like an idea of what they do. So the first one we're going to look at are going to be the X button displays, or the X button prompts. So you press the X button, it'll bring up this menu here. You'll be able to add clips, add screenshots, add effects, add transitions, commentaries, and music. So whenever you want to go ahead and add a clip or screenshot, it'll bring you back to the screenshot or clip selection. Pick the ones you want in the order you want them. Boom, you add them. Next will be effects. Effects are things like stickers, filters, layouts, and text that you can use to affect your video or put on top of your video. So I use text. You can use text for adding titles and stuff like that. Next thing you can do is add a transition, and this is to move you from one clip to the next in sort of a way to kind of have some sort of cinematic quality, I would guess. Then you can add a commentary on top of that, and granted this is not going to be a live commentary, it's going to be a post commentary, but you'll be able to add it and control the volume and the game audio and all that independently. Next we have adding music. So okay. Now we are into the square button menu prompts. Now these are going to be things that you do to affect and edit the stickers and transitions and clips that you've added on top of what you previously selected. So the first thing is going to be Time Bender. Now Time Bender is pretty cool, and it just recently added it. And what it does, it just allows you to go slow-mo or speed up any clip, which is really fun to use and to play around with. Next, you'll have Split Clip, which essentially just allows you to cut a clip anywhere. And Trim Clip allows you to essentially implode a clip. Now, I want to go ahead and say right off the bat that this has been like a very basic and quick explanation of what all these things are and what they do. the more in depth you go into them, I mean, I could sit here and tell you all day, but I honestly think that the best way to learn and to be able to use them is to have a general idea of what they do and then go and do it yourself. Mess around with them, make mistakes, get, let it get to a, get messy with it, So, I want to, stress that, like, while I'm telling you this stuff, I really want people to get out there and do it themselves and get their hands dirty, trying it out for themselves, A couple of things to mention though. Essentially, once those are, like I said, it's a very basic and quick run through, but that's really all you're gonna need. For instance, the commentary thing, adding your own commentary after the fact is pretty easy to do. You say, hey, I want to add commentary. You press X, select add commentary, and then it brings you up to a prompt that says, all right, press X to start recording. Press X, it'll give you a little 5-second countdown, and then you're live and you're recording. And when you're done with that, you press X to stop recording, and it'll go and be done. So and when you're done recording with that, you can select, hey, I want to up the volume or I want to lower the volume. You can go into the clip and say, hey, I want to up the clip volume, I want to lower the clip volume into these points or whatever. And you can do all of that kind of stuff. The same goes with adding music in the background or adding new clips or adding screenshots, all of this stuff. And again, like I said, you're going to have to get in there and do it on your own and figure out the best way that works the best for what you're trying to do. Hopefully what I've shared with you here in this little, time that I've had has been helpful. I know it's kind of scatterbrained and kind of not super structured, but anyway. So with all of those things done, once you get a video that you're happy with, the last thing you're waiting to do is to do the final render through the SHAREfactory and then upload it. So yeah, and it's pretty easy. You just when you're done with all your edits and your recording and everything, you press the options button, select export to gallery, and you wait. Now that you've got a video that you're happy with, you can go into your capture gallery and choose which video that you have that you want to upload. You just go select the video, you select which category it's in, whatever, click share, and then it'll bring up the menu for uploading a video, which you'll be able to change the title, add a description, add tags or anything for that, whatever options you will have on whatever platform you're going to be uploading it to. And I usually use YouTube. So, there's a couple of different little, like I said, there's always a little trick or tweak here or there that's never going to be explicitly explained. And just in the process of making this video, I've seen many steps where maybe I didn't explain something as clearly as I could or whatever. And like for instance, if you want to use stickers, right? I had a frustrating time using stickers on my videos and adding text and like, how do I get it to show up and go away? And one of the things that nobody ever mentions is that when you use a sticker or a text or anything on your videos, in order to use it, have it pop up on the screen and then go away, you actually have to split your video somewhere. So usually you're like, okay, this is where I want to put it. Like say I want to put one up right here. So I'll put something up on the screen. Oh, sorry. I'll put something up on the screen, and then I'll have to, say I want it on there for 3 seconds, right? I have to go to the point where I placed it, move over 3 seconds in the timeline and then add a cut. And it's a little tedious and it's a little bit weird because you're like, no, why isn't there just? It's just one of those things, you know. It's just the quirks. Like I said, it's the quirks of learning how to use this software. And hopefully you'll, from watching this, you were like, hey, you know what? Hey, I can do that. I can use SHAREfactory. It's not super hard. If this, you know, bumbling guy can do it, well, I can do it, you know. So, and you know, it just, like I said, it's just going to take practice and patience. And with that, I guess I'm just going to say, you know, I want to thank you guys for watching this and for hanging in there with me while I'm learning how to do all this stuff and, you know, getting everything together. And I hope this was helpful to you, you know, and, you know, I'll see you in the next video that I make. All right.
Hang on, let me help you. There's your med kit. Go get it.